your life that changed your faith, life, and experience? When was that first moment when you dared to dream of a new church? What did you do with that dream? Did you cast it aside and thought it was not possible? I certainly did for a while. Maybe that is what happened for those people who say they're not Catholic anymore. They gave up the dream of a just church. In that new church that we are and that we continue to build, the table is one of plenty. And the faces are of different colors and the languages spoken are not all the same. Gracias a Dios. Some are young and some are not so young. Some are straight and some are trans. Some are married to someone of the same sex. In that just church, women have a place that is no more or less equal than men. The less financially stable are not sent away while the coffers of the church are used to protect the abuser. In that new church, all would be really welcomed, not only a few. In that just church, the commandment to love one another would take precedent over rules, and the needs of the people of God would come first. That church that we are and we are building will influence, it's already influencing, well, you know the verb, the way we live our lives, and the world would be just a little bit more powerful, a little bit in the right way, because it will be kind and peaceful. We cannot stop imagining. We cannot stop believing. We cannot stop being the people of God, because we are. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice. Justice at its best is love correcting everything that stands against love." That is the work that Dignity started 40 years ago and is still doing every day and will continue to do every day. We have not stopped imagining what it would be like. We have not stopped dreaming of that just church. And we have not only dreamed in that wistful way, but as Marie said, with commitment, we have made a lot of work and a lot of things happen. And we have joined others whose dreams are akin to ours. We cannot do it alone, and we would not want to do it alone, because we believe that we are in this together, and that our cause is their cause, and their work is our work. You ask me, well, how do we do that? How does Dignity do this? And I tell you, well, we have already begun. Equally blessed, a briefing at the Capitol, involvement with Catholic organizations for renewal, grants from ARCAS, Visibility and Call to Action Conference, Creating Change Conference, publications, task forces for young adults and transgender individuals, our website, chapter presence at local events and all our gay prides, our work in the Freedom to Marry efforts, communities of faith that include GLBT, straight, married, celibate, ordained, lay. How do we reach out to others? How do we bring people in? We're doing it. One day at a time. One press conference at a time, one letter writing campaign at a time, one tweeter at a time, one ad at a time, one, you call it, at a time. What more do we need? We need to embrace change. We need to realize that we can no longer only do it in the same way we have always done it. Our chapters are changing. Technology is creating exciting possibilities in spite of myself. The needs of our people and all the people of God we talk with have become more urgent and more real. As Dignity, we need to grow to embrace that change. bear the inevitable growing pains, and know in our hearts that we're doing the right thing. We need faith, trust. We need to believe that this is our calling. We need people willing to stand up and be visible and be willing to tell their story. We need people to volunteer for our campaigns and initiatives. We need people willing to keep the chapters alive and willing to create virtual communities that reach way beyond the physical boundaries of our chapters. We need to create vibrant experiences that speak to the young, to women, to people of color. And we need money. Of course, we always need money. We need to be Catholic enough to realize that we are called to act with justice. We are called to love tenderly. We are called to hope and serve one another and to live united in love. That is what makes us Catholic. Lourdes and I want to thank you for being here, for always being here. We want to thank you for the work you already do and for the financial support you already very generously give Dignity. And we also want to ask something of you. First and foremost, do not stop imagining what that just church can look like. Do not give that dream up. We want to ask that you help us grow our resources, our capabilities, and our visibility. Can you each sign up and remember? Can you find someone who's not contributing already and ask them to donate to DignityUSA or get involved and be a volunteer? Can you talk with a fellow Catholic? Someone who doesn't come to Dignity conventions? Someone who goes maybe to the parish? Maybe a friend from the, I don't know what people do these days, you know, the meeting. So that they know that there's more going on than what they hear from the pulpit at their parish church. Can you think of a skill that you have and that you believe will be helpful to Dignity and the movement of justice? The list goes on and on. We all have something we can contribute to this movement. My friends, my brothers, sisters, all of you, my Yaya sisters. We affirm together that love hopes all things, but not only in a wistful way, but also with a commitment that would let justice roll down like a river. That justice that opens our hearts and brings to life our hearts, our homes, and every church. That is the work of Dignity. Let's do it, and let's rock the boat.